Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Welcome into Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse. I will have a couple guests here tonight. One of them is en route and trying to struggle to get here, while one is, having some technical difficulties here. And but anyway,
those headsets they rotate 360 degrees. Everybody has that same problem. So yeah, it happens. It's kind of a tribute. Like, you got to go through that tribute every time you come on the ticket here.
Harrison, you're going to have to give a tutorial of the people I bring on from here on out. Okay?
That's the tutorial.
I do have them show up early typically. Now, Sarah was here on time today,
I'm here.
which, by the way, is very abnormal. Normally, I have to give her a little buffer. That's why I told her to be here 15 minutes early, just in case, because then I knew she'd be on time. But she was here.
I was here before you.
You were here before me.
Before you.
Yes, you were. So, Sarah Hoyle, friend of mine, what do you do?
What do I do? Well, I am the director of human services for the city of Lincoln and Lancaster County. So that means that we have in human services 3 different areas. We have grants and contracts with several nonprofit entities. We provide general assistance. And the reason we're friends is because we also have juvenile justice. So kids who have had contacts either with law enforcement or who are struggling in school due to truancies, other circumstances, we welcome those kids in our office. We work with them, and most importantly, we refer them on to your organization and others in the community.
Right. And you also look through restorative lenses is another way we're connected, is to make for sure that we're working with our kids in a different way and seeing them differently, because problem with a lot of our systems is they don't see our kids.
Correct.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you have been excited about seeing Lighthouse being a partner in the community and working with the kids?
Oh, Lighthouse is such a great partner because our kids are great, but they have so many things that go against them. And sometimes our kids struggle to be seen by others in the same light that we see them in. They're all great kids. And Lighthouse does a good job of looking beyond some of the bad choices, bad situations they've gotten themselves in,
Right.
and seeing them for the kid and the great person that they are. So that's what makes me probably most proud to partner with you, Bill. But some of the great programs that you do and some of the great things that you've done, I guess, just the restorative thing that you've already talked about is bringing the whole picture in for our kids, talking about accountability, about dialogue, what that looks like, and then also working with them when they're struggling in school so that they come in and they have a safe place to go. I mean, my gosh, I've trusted you with my own kids.
I mean, that's true. That's true. And look how she trained. She's great.
She's great.
We loved having her too. And the funny thing is, I know she was apprehensive coming to Lighthouse. And then she's like, wait, this is kind of cool.
She loves it. And then she's done different things to try to help fundraise and get gifts. And yeah.
Now, wait a minute. We got to back up. So you were talking about we're friends and all this stuff, but it's not my shining personality that connected us.
Bill. The woo, right? The
my
woo.
number one strength.
Yeah. That's a lot.
What is your number one strength?
Yeah. I mean, we
don't remember.
We got to revisit that.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that.
Yeah.
Do you have access to that email?
Somewhere.
Because if not, we'll just have you take the assessment again.
Oh, no, I still have it.
Okay.
It's in my desk drawer. I just don't.
See how quick that was? she all of a sudden, nope, I'm good. I don't want to take it again. Checks like that's painful. Have you taken?
No, so what is this? A personality assessment or
it's a Clifton Strength Finders, which is all of us have 34 innate strengths within us. And so what it does is it just shows you where those are at. People like to think of it as ratings. Like my number one strength is woo, but it really is how you're utilizing those just naturally is really what it's about. So woo is winning others over. So
okay.
that's my number one strength. So I utilize that every day in every relationship, and it actually helps as an executive director or CEO, is connecting to people and the mission and that type of stuff. So Sarah, we've also been on one trip, right? We're supposed to be on more than one, but somebody is not going, or I mean, what's happening? Well, I mean, you're supposed to go to Boost too. What happened with that?
I mean, we're just gonna say the federal funding streams right now are in a very tough situation. How about that? Tough situation.
Yeah, yeah, we'll just call it that. But we did go on a trip together.
We did. Yes, we did, to look at Boise and how they operate.
Yeah, and and another partner city.
Yes.
Topeka came to that too.
Yep.
And the idea behind that was getting leaders together, talking about similarities and how we run our cities and what we provide in the cities and how we can collectively look at what's missing from ours and see how we can integrate that. So we have our other guest in. So Dylan, welcome, Dylan.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you.
So we're going to focus a lot on Sarah this segment since she's going to be gone.
Oh, well, you didn't even need me then.
No. But go ahead and bring that closer to you so we can.
There we go.
Everybody wants to hear that wonderful radio voice you got.
Hello.
So the arm itself goes all the way up. Not that
I'll
one.
turn the mic off so that way you can hear. I'll set it up real quick. Bill, I'll let you go ahead and set up your next question.
Appreciate it. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about what you thought about that trip that we took.
So Boise was interesting. I think that when we're looking at doing comparisons between the town, I mean, Lincoln, it's hard to beat Lincoln.
You're right, but the cool thing about Boise is you have mountains over there. You have that river that ran through the city, which was really amazing for people to get outside, and that park that was a part of it. And so when they're talking about, gosh, we have people that are just constantly using our outdoor spaces. They had an amazing outdoor space. The only thing we have in this city that probably is comparable is our bike system. We have a great path and to get around, and that's comparable.
But we are going to get there.
You're bringing mountains and a river.
Well, we're not bringing mountains and a river, but we are going to have the most amazing park downtown.
No, I mean, there's some truth in that, and we potentially will be very close to that in the future here for one of our programs, but we'll get to that a different time. So Dylan, why don't you tell us who you are?
Yeah, I'm the workforce administrator for the Lincoln American Job Center.
Yeah. So how did we meet?
How did we meet?
I'm sorry.
I think Sarah introduced us to each other. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
I mean, we went on this epic road trip, and so that's kind of what just comes to my memory.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, you should have been there.
Oh, didn't we invite her?
We
I
did.
swear
We did,
she was
yeah.
supposed to go on that one
Yeah.
too.
I'm pretty sure Sarah introduced us to each other.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
She did. I mean, I know the answer. I always tell my son, I'm going to ask you a question, and you don't think I know the answer to this question that I'm asking you? I'm just wanting to see where you're at.
Fair.
Come on, Dylan. We've had lots of conversations.
We
too.
sure
So-
have. Yeah, we sure have.
So what is your, I mean, what do you do that connected you to Lighthouse? I mean, why?
Yeah. So at the job center, we help people get jobs, as you might imagine. And so we also specialize in helping young people find employment and exploring career opportunities. And so that's how we got connected, because you serve young people and we do too. So
Yeah. And we have some dreams that we want to get
we
to.
do. We
too.
have aspirations.
Yeah. So we're going to get to
Uh-huh.
that in the second segment, because I think that's an important piece. And by the way, after the show, you and I need to talk, because I have another piece for you that
Oh,
we've got to
perfect.
kind of-
I love opportunities. So,
yeah. So back to Sarah. We also share a friend, very close friend, and he also has a show too. So Goody, as you're listening, Sarah would like to be on the Malone show too. I know you're bringing me on. Maybe you bring both of us on at the same time, and then boy, wouldn't that be a fun show to be a part of?
That would be great. Yeah.
I know you'd love that,
Yeah.
right?
Thanks, Bill. This is why we're friends, I think.
Oh my goodness. So Sarah, as we're looking at this community and as we've gone on these trips to see what other cities are doing, and by the way, I don't think anybody compares to Lincoln, Nebraska when it comes to nonprofits. I truly believe we have the best nonprofits in the country. And I'm not saying that because I run one of them here. I'm saying that because I do accreditation reviews across the country. And when I go in and look, I'm amazed that how far ahead we are in that, and how collaborative we are. And we don't really go after it like it's a deer out there that's dead and we're all going after that one carcass. We're trying to figure out, do I have a piece of this carcass that makes sense for what I'm serving and what I'm doing? And if so, is it something that I need to collaborate with somebody else to make for sure that the needs of the people that we serve are being met fully? So that being said, what are some things that you can see as one of the community leaders too, and a funder of these nonprofits? What are one of the things that you think we should be looking towards in the future on serving our families and our youth?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, our nonprofits, they are freaking amazing. Like you are spot on. We have the best nonprofits. But as far as looking ahead with kids, I think the two things that come to mind here are behavioral health. That's huge right now for our kids. And, part of it, we could look at social media. We could look at what the pandemic did, recovering from all of that, and how we put safeguards in around that and provide services. But to this conversation and to where we all fit together is getting kids into jobs, careers that really make a difference. And, for so many years, we focused on, to get a good job, you have to go to college. And then when you graduate from college, and first of all, let me go back. A lot of our kids that we see, college is not even, it's not an option for them. I mean, it's not for either, they struggle in school, or they don't have the resources to attend. And if they don't have the resources to attend and they're pushed into college, then oftentimes when they get out, they have loans that they're stuck paying forever on. And the truth is a lot of our kids could go far if they were connected to the right trade or industry, right? Where they can make money, where they can find meaning in what they do, and where they can be productive and live a good life.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
I mean, honestly.
That's where we get along. Yeah. We all share the same
I mean,
opinion on that.
and it's not the dog on colleges, because I have some kids that go on to college, and we provide scholarships for them to go on to college. So we're not dismissing the fact that we do have some kids that is the right path. However, it's been so long since the kids that don't have that pathway have had options. And that's what's sad about it, is because kids that are in poverty, kids that parents, I have a lot of first generations that graduated from high school that are coming through Lighthouse. So even their parents don't have that as an option. So you can't be what you can't see. And and if that's not placed in front of them, you can't have somebody come lecture at them at school and say that I went to school and I told them that this is an option. How many of your parents that are listening, how many times did your kid listen to you when you told them something? How'd that go? So we have to get away from that philosophy of, well, I've told them, I've shown them. Well, have you let them experience it? And it's like giving them a voice, right?
Well, and I think all work is dignified. We need people to do all the jobs in our community. Unfortunately, not all of them pay a living wage. And so I think that's where we come in, all of us as a community, helping young people choose careers that are going to help support them in living a full life,
Yeah. Hallelujah again. So that's what you're most excited about with the future of our community? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, with this partnership right here, I believe that you both will make this happen, and I am excited to see it.
Well, you're the funder, right? So I think that money can solve a lot of problems.
I think you're absolutely right.
I'm on the side cheering you on.
Look, with enough money, I can solve any problem. I'm just saying. And by the way, we also still need to talk, since I know you're going to be heading out of here in a few minutes, but we still need to talk about Friday too. When do you leave?
Tomorrow morning, but we can.
Okay. We'll talk.
We'll touch base.
Yeah. Okay. So Dylan, what is something that you've seen that you're hoping in the community is something that we need to focus on and truly be prepared for, or start moving that direction?
Well, I think it's all about careers. From our perspective, that's what it's all about. I mean,
you cannot keep stealing what she's saying. You can't say ditto.
I work at the American Job Center. That's my job. I mean,
okay, Harrison, what did you know?
I mean, I think if people have good paying jobs, then you have healthy communities and everyone thrives. And so creating those opportunities, working with employers to create opportunities for young people, especially, but at the Job Center, we serve everybody, new Americans, reentry folks, like people just wanting to change jobs. Like we see it all. So most of us have to work, Bill. I mean,
what does that mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Most people have to work.
Oh, I get it. It's because I love what I do so much, I don't call it work. Is that why you're saying most of us have to work?
I love what I do too, but I don't know. You've got a bounce to your step that most of us don't have.
Well, that's because I get to see my kids in just different ways, and they come in. Honestly, it happened today, even before I came here. I have a kid that comes in completely out of it, like sad, doesn't want to engage with anybody. And after 30 minutes of being there, smile on their face, hugging. It's just magical to be a part of this organization, because I have staff that love my kids. I have the kids that love being there. They truly want to be a part of the process of change. Why wouldn't I have a bounce in my step?
You should. I'm not judging. I'm just observing.
I appreciate it, but it really is fun. And you've been there a couple times.
I was literally just there like 12 minutes ago.
How'd it go in there?
Well, I thought, I'm 1 minute late. I don't know what Bill's problem is. That's what I thought.
And you're like, where is he?
Yeah,
where are they set up? Where's this radio program?
It's literally 2 blocks away from my work.
By the way, I looked at the text message stream and I said the ticket. Be on the ticket.
I looked at my calendar invite and it said Lighthouse. I'm just glad we're here,
I told her I had to give you a hard time because she read it and she showed up 15 minutes early, which, by the way, she needs really some like gold stars or something because that's amazing.
I'm glad that we're poking fun because I feel like I deserve that. So then we can move on to other topics, So
Sarah, you have a couple minutes. So tell me what you want us to know, or where you want me to go.
Where I want you to go.
I know. Well, remember we're on live radio. You can't be talking like that here. So meaning. I know in your mind you have all these little things that you want directions for things to go. So if you could wish something upon me, what would it be?
Oh, goodness. If I could wish something for Lighthouse to partner with us on, well, I think it would be the Trade Industries program, to see it up and going, to have pathways for kids that want to go into welding, that have an interest in working in the medical field, but not going through 8 years of school to get there, but going into career paths that are needed in that area. Looking at different types of opportunities in mechanics and other industries that I'm sure that Dylan has information on. But, and you got to this earlier too, it's hard for our kids to even think about what that is or what that looks like because they've never been presented with those opportunities. They've never been given the roadmap that so many of us get growing up with. This is how you succeed in life. A lot of the kids that we serve don't have that, and they don't have that opportunity. So having people come in and show them kind of what that looks like, how you get there, how you get the cool trucks that everybody wants to drive around in.
And even am I good with my hands? And I don't think I can do that. And then all of a sudden they're doing that. And that's what it's about, is making that connection. So, sir, appreciate you having on. We're going to head on to break.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
We're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We lost one. So Sarah had to run because she is supporting her own daughter. And so that's pretty amazing that she was capable of doing this. And to be quite honest with you, she hates doing this stuff. So I feel honored that she came on to support Lighthouse and talk a little bit about our partnership. So during break, Dylan, we were talking a little bit about a trip we took.
Yes, we were. Yeah.
I want you to kind of share what that trip was all about, because you're the one that actually set that up and proposed it. And
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you just said yes. I mean, that's how a great adventure starts. So we had an opportunity to check out to maybe put together a proposal for a grant opportunity.
Right.
And I said, hey, Bill, you want to go check this out? I know a guy in Waterloo. And you said, let's do it right now. Basically, I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah. And you came and picked me up, and we just drove out there, and it was I don't know. It was one of the best road trips I've been on. I mean, the conversation was good. The company was good. When we got there, we had great company, and learned a lot of stuff and got a little intimidated, but
I mean, because we weren't in a place we are now. I mean, it was pretty early for us. It was cool to see, for us to dream about. I do want you to get into some details of what that's all about, because now you're being, look, you know why I jump into things when you say I have an opportunity? My fourth strength is activator. So I'm like, let's get it going. So, but anyway, what was the program we went?
So this was a youth build program, and for those of you that don't know, youth build is it's for young people to build houses in the community, and so then you're contributing to affordable homes, and young people are learning how to do siding and build houses and woodwork and all the things. And so we went and saw a project where they were actually doing this, and seeing young people use their hands and get excited about putting stuff together and seeing the results of their work is pretty incredible.
And the potential for their career starting afterwards.
Thank you for connecting that. I mean, it connects to in-demand, high-wage occupations.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Youth Build, which I think is cool, is, for those that don't know what it is, but it connects it to a special part of AmeriCorps that only Youth Build has access to. And AmeriCorps is basically Peace Corps in America.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get a stipend, and then you get an education award. So these students were AmeriCorps members. So if they were full-time, they got the full-time stipend along with the education award, which gives them an opportunity that if their pathway was to go to a trade school or something, it'd be paid for.
You know, and And they're earning while they learn.
And they're
And in Waterloo, they were rehabbing different houses in existing neighborhoods. And so they
Correct.
were making the neighborhoods, like bringing them back to life, which I thought was also really
Yeah, because
valuable.
they were actually remodeling
Mhm.
some of the houses, not just building, but remodeling, which I thought, what a cool concept to revitalize
Mhm.
older communities and help people feel like they're a part of a house that they can be proud of, rather than, oh, I don't want to bring people over to
Yeah.
my house, because that's a cool aspect of the youth build program. Actually, I talked to one of the young ladies, and she just had an interview to become full time.
Yeah, I remember that.
It
Yeah,
was so cool
yeah.
to just light up and talk to the kids. Which on the job site, it was the kids that were talking to us, not the adults.
Well, I think they found a lot of purpose and meaning in what they were doing. And back to your point earlier, I think everybody has to figure out that path for themselves and what they're going to do for their career. And there's lots of ways to make money. And I think sometimes we're limited by what we can see from what our parents do and
Correct.
what their friends do. And so
That's right. And that's why the TIP program is so special, because we can say, look, we have all these opportunities. Come check it out. They're 6 weeks long. See if it's something you like. I mean, our ultimate goal of the TIP program is we want to move that to be that micro credentialing or certifications and that type of stuff. So we start with the exposure program to then lead to the certification program, because then they're employable. Then people will be excited to employ
Yeah,
them, because they have
absolutely.
at least basic skills to be able to come on board to then be taught at a higher level.
Well, it's really empowering, I think. I think, and that also helps people realize what they want to do sooner too. Because
Right.
for some folks, they're going to say, "That's not for me," and other people are like, "I'm all in."
Well, and I'm telling you that kids usually come in and say, that's not for me. I have no interest in that. The electricians, no interest. They go through the program. They're like, I'm going to become an electrician, because they're good at it. They can see themselves now in it. Heck, we had a kid that went on one of the programs that was robotics. And so part of it was training the robot to do what you want it to do. And so they had some person that was specialized training, and he was running the robot. Next week, we come in, that person was sick. They're like, we're not going to be able to do the robot today. And one of my kids says, I think I know how to do that. Can I give it a shot? He's like, why not? Jumps in, literally starts doing it. And they're
Wow.
like, this person went through specialized training. You've been here a week or two and you're jumping in. And so that excited them seeing another youth jump in like that. They're like, oh my gosh, we can do this.
I honestly think all young people should do something before they choose if they're going to college or whatever they choose after high school. Because if you think about it, when you are a senior, you might go see a couple colleges with your parents.
Yep.
You put a lot of thought into the school you're going to, but you don't really put a lot of thought into that job.
Typically,
you
yeah,
know,
that's
you're like,
correct.
you don't actually know what an
You're
accountant
not
does
exploring it,
or
yeah.
a teacher does. I mean, I've got countless friends that got 4-year degrees and they're like, I hate this job. I'm not doing it. And so then they had to pivot. And that's a lot of work, once
Correct.
you've just done that. And so
And a waste of resources and time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When maybe if they just done a couple internships, regardless of what career path it was, they would at least have a better idea of what they're getting into.
Right.
Which Bill, I want to put a plug in. So I don't know if you know this. This is Workforce Week. Mayor Leary's been going around town
Did not.
featuring projects that the city of Lincoln's been sponsoring. So we were at Echo Collective
Nice.
yesterday. Kelly Ross, and
Mhm.
then we were at Bryan Health today. So
And we have a relationship with Bryan Health too, and at least the nursing program.
Yeah.
One of the admissions people are actually a former Lighthouse employee and volunteer and board member, and so we stayed connected. And one of my young ladies needed a little help getting into that program, so I utilized that relationship to kind of bridge a connection for them to have a better shot at actually having a level playing field.
that's incredible.
Yeah. Well, it's about connections,
Yeah.
relationships, right?
Well, I think we're all interconnected. You know that.
Correct.
That's the thing. Whatever we can do to help each other, we should do that. So I want to get back to learning. So we are actually the American Job Center sponsors some summer programs for young people to do internships. So I wish Sarah was still here because we're actually sponsoring them with the county and with the city. So if you're a young person between 16 and 24 and you want to do a summer internship.
Wait, do I have kids that are
You
gonna be
do, yeah.
between
Well,
16 and 25?
that was what I was hoping to talk to you about tonight. I mean, I
Right?
think I mentioned it to you before, but
You
know,
have,
but
and we need to then change it from talking about it to see
To do
how
it,
do
yeah.
we move forward.
Well, didn't you say like
getting our young
action was
people.
one of your strengths? I mean,
Activator.
Activate. Yeah,
That's why I'm saying let's go. Let's get
Let's
this.
do it, yeah.
How about tomorrow you send me the information so then we can figure out
I will.
what my young people need to do
Mhm.
to get on board with that. Because again, tonight is one of our tip programs. It's for the Barbary.
Mm.
And I have many of those young people that are a part of that program that will be looking for opportunities this summer, whether they're in between going to college or in between getting into junior or senior years. So I have lots of kids that want to make some
I
money.
loved, and in addition to those jobs, we also, or internships, we have Lincoln Manufacturing Council. So
Yes.
anyway, do the barbers do your hair, Bill? I was wondering. Yeah, they
you
do.
know, well, you make fun. So we had one of the programs at Lighthouse, and so they were dyeing the hair of mannequins, and so I came in, I'm watching and stuff, and the leader's like, oh, and I had longer hair. I mean, it was about as long as what you have right now, and she said, would you let them dye your hair? And I'm like, absolutely. She's like, seriously? I'm like, why wouldn't I? She's like, most people are going to say no. And I'm like, go for it. I sat down. They started dyeing my hair and they got such a kick out of me. Like, absolutely.
I appreciate that about you, Bill. You know, you always say yes. That's, if we were watching a movie, the best characters always say yes. You know that?
Yes, man.
Mhm. Well, yeah.
I always try to start with yes and see if we can get there. Because if you start with no, there's nowhere to go. So
yeah.
Why not start with yes and see if we can get there? And to be honest with you, unless it's outrageous, I'm going to say yes to the kids almost every time.
Yeah. You know, the more I spend with young people, the more convinced that they're going to solve the problems we can't. You know that? Like,
well, you know, as a counselor by background, you have the answers within you. I cannot solve your problems for you. I can only lead you to have you solve them for yourself. And it's the same thing with kids. You got to open up pathways so they can see things in a different way.
Empowerment.
Yeah. And how powerful is that, Harrison?
Mighty powerful there, Bill. I wanted to ask you, do you get we were talking about some of those trades before. Do you get a light bulb moment with some of those kids when you just kind of like explain the trade work, like even maybe the idea of like an LLC, a limited liability corporation, construction, election work, and they're like, wait a minute, loans are going to be a lot less. I can just get my degree there and then just start my own company. You seen any of the youth go ahead and do that yet?
Well, yeah. Again, I was talking about that electrician program. That's real. I literally had a kid that was planning on going to college that went through the electrician program. Was like, this is what I'm going to do, and now that's his pathway. So I'm literally going to lead him to one of my former board members that partners with us anyway with the TIP program because I think he's worthwhile. Great kid, be a perfect fit.
Yeah, because I mean that stuff's such a fast track, especially because like and when Sarah was in, she was talking about like the school, depending on what resources are, and it might just not be for you.
Right.
You find something that you actually like working with your hands, which a lot of kids, especially today, I'm not sure how many are just exposed to doing things like that. Like it can be a light bulb moment. Like even doing stuff that I did tree service back in the day. I realized I didn't love it, but it at least exposed me to it. And I was like, okay, get an idea. This isn't for me, but at least I went out there and tried it. But one thing, I was like, the money's really nice. So I can't see how like the money, it just gives you that pathway, being a high scorer, seeing that first check as a high scorer be more than 3 figures.
Right.
You're looking at $1,000, like you lose your mind over it. So yeah, I'm always curious about that. And I just love seeing, and I do think there's probably a lack of trades right now, or at least workers in the trade field. So it's good to see
sure.
more and more avenues of getting the youth involved in that stuff. Just open the door, see if they're interested in it. And it's a way fast track to being into that professional part of your career than going to college, which again, nothing wrong with either or, but you can set yourself up really early if you're good at those trade skills.
And our partners, a lot of them like IES, he started in his own garage.
Yeah.
Just him. And now he owns this big business that he has all these employees out there. And it's amazing because he tells those stories to the kids. They start connecting like, what? This was started in a garage? by yourself, and now look at you. So it's those connections too that make it real instead of like, well, you can make $100,000. That doesn't mean anything to a kid. Like they can't even comprehend what $100,000 is right now. They can barely get a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You know what I mean? So and the fun thing is, and I want to talk about the hands thing just real quick. Our kids are using their hands all the time, playing video games, doing this stuff, but yet we don't give them enough things to do with their hands, right? We don't let them explore with that for stuff like the trades program. So that's what we want to accomplish. So we're going to take the break and we'll be right back.
Attention comedy fans, get ready for a night of non-stop laughs at the brand new Howler House Comedy Club. Brought to you by the team behind Kincaidor Brewing, Sideshow Spirits, and Beer House, this underground comedy experience is happening beneath Beer House in the heart of the Haymarket. Enjoy Jason Vest and Layla Ingalls from The Kill Tony Show, as well as Will C this Friday. Shows are at 6:30 and 9 p.m. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for the brand new Howler House Comedy Club, opening this Friday at 8th and P.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
It's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse, and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories. Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation. Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality. Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, here we are. So, we're on this kick of the careers and the tip program, and I'm watching Dylan fumble like everybody does with the headphones. It's fine. It's good. You did a good job. You didn't need help.
I'm back online. Yeah.
I was going to have Harrison. I was going to tap him in. I'm going to say,
I was watching. I was trusting the process. We got there.
Which I love is, you work through it, right?
That's life, right? I mean,
it is life.
Here's a thought, Bill, I want to share with you.
Tell me the thought.
A lot of times talking about career planning, talking about living a good life, we do a lot of plotting and planning in life.
Yep.
And you know what? A lot of times it never works out the way you think it is.
Right.
And I think working with job seekers, especially, they come into the American Job Center and they're like, life didn't work out the way I wanted. And you know what I've discovered watching them and from my own experience is sometimes it's those situations, if you let it, there's so much, there might be a lot of pain and discomfort, but that's also where the most creativity and like your biggest turning point might be just right there at that moment. And so I think just to be aware of that,
you're not wrong.
This could be your moment.
Really, the problem though is everything is based negative, right? We get down on ourselves, even as a parent, whatever it might be. Excuse me. The problem is if we're focusing on that, which the news does, everything is negative. I mean, it's easy to spiral down that. I mean, as a parent, how many times have you said no?
All the time. I'm trying to say yes after we had lunch and you said, start with yes.
Because what does no really do?
Well, it's not a movie I'd want to watch.
Well, yeah. Right. Yes, man. The problem is there's no communication left to talk about. You say, no, it's over. Why should I communicate to you my point now? Why should I share with you my feelings now? So if we're focused on the negative aspects of things, even when people are somewhat in their lowest moment, and we're like, oh yeah, it's a painful thing. Lots of things are happening, right? Why can't we then shift the script and say, why don't you share one positive moment during that time with me? Because if we can't start looking towards any of the positives, how can we look for something bigger?
Yeah.
How can we be a part of something bigger?
Well, I think it's retraining your brain. I mean, you probably know more about that than.
Well, but it's also bringing hope in a situation where a lot of people are feeling hopeless. And the hopeless is what's causing the depressions, which is getting people to disengage from the world, which then makes it feel like it's insurmountable and I can't go out there and become an active part of this world. What a lonely place to be. When all sometimes it takes is share a positive moment with me to then have something to think that the sun is coming up tomorrow and I can be a part of this. That's all I want. I want people to be a beacon. We called it that. And that really came from the Lighthouse Youth. Be a beacon. Be a beacon out there for somebody. And it doesn't take a lot to just offer up something positive, a little help, a little hope to somebody in this world for them to have a better, brighter future. And And that's what I believe we do and my staff do consistently every day at Lighthouse.
I see that.
So how are you a beacon in this world?
Well, I don't feel like I've got it all laid out like you do, but
remember, I'm put together. Just
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Well, some of us are a work in progress, Bill. You know, we were talking on the commercial break that being uncomfortable is how you grow, and Bill says he's never uncomfortable, so or rarely,
Rarely
not
uncomfortable.
not never, yeah. But I think going back to the beacon, like I think it's showing for me, it's showing up and being present with the people in my life at work, at home, with my family, and trying to, I don't know, whisper love into people's life. I think that's really what I think that's what we're here for, you know, like to be kind to each other, to, you know, to your point about saying no, that ends the conversation. And I think we were designed to have this dialogue and to know each other, and sometimes that's uncomfortable.
Right. And don't get me wrong, there's a place for no. I don't want people to think that no should never happen. When there's safety concerns, when there's things that are unmovable, there's a place for no. However, we use no too freely, and it shuts down conversations.
Bill, I appreciate that you're always adding, or typically adding, the like, college is good still. No, sometimes has a really good place. Like there's no absolutes.
Correct.
I think that I appreciate that you keep.
Well, I have to remind people that people that don't know me very well are going to wonder why I'm using absolutes. And those that know me know that there's no such thing as an absolute. So I just want to make for sure that we're putting that out there and sharing and spreading the light in this world. So appreciate all of you joining us. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Harrison. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place with Be a Beacon.